ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Chop Talk. I am your co-host, Andre C. Right over here, it's the sometimes angry, but sometimes happy, sometimes all different kind of emotions princess herself. It's Melball. How you doing, Melball?
Way to make me sound a little schizophrenic there.
Like every other human, you have different emotions.
I mean, yeah, it takes real talent to show like all of them in a few seconds. That's what I'm here for. I'm doing
Oh,
great, Andre. I'm tired today. I worked really hard this morning. I had a good shoulder day. I'm surprised I can move. Get to have dinner with my parents later. It's gonna be great. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Had a good leg day yesterday, so my legs are hurting, my butt's hurting, everything's hurting.
Fair,
Yeah,
fair, fair,
yeah.
fair, fair. Leg days do that to you.
They do. They really do. I know. I have three machines that I do legs on. Then the other three things I'm doing are upper body. So I do get everything in there. But goddamn, the lower body just hurts more than anything.
I feel that. I feel
Yeah.
that. Especially when you're not used to doing it or you haven't done it in a long time.
Yeah. It's been a bit since I think the last time I did a bigger leg. Like I do legs with Rich on Mondays, but I'm not working with him this Monday. So this is why I did legs of my own on Saturdays. So yeah.
I mean, I train legs 3 to 4 times a week, so, like, can't relate. No, it's what keeps my mental health in check.
No, not the
Keep
working out
my
thing. Just the doing legs that many times a week.
Again, it keeps my mental health in check and also keeps my butt looking nice because that's what boys like, apparently. I just like having the
Sure.
ability to crush your face. This is one of my machines. There's the crushers and the spreaders. I don't know what the machines are. Adductors. Adductors, that's what they're called.
Crushers and
But
the
like,
spreaders.
that's what you're doing. Tell me when you're
Oh,
not. How are you doing besides your leg day?
I'm good. I'm good. My one day off in the last bunch of days because I switched my day off. So I'm gonna be off this coming weekend on Friday. So I'll be going. I'll be at the Gaming Expo for anybody that's in the Edmonton area. Come see me at the Gaming Expo. I'll be hanging out there, wandering around, be helping out at the Remember the Game booth. So come check that out. Great podcast, which I will be on this Wednesday. So talking Fist and Metal Black. So lots of great stuff out there.
Then we'll be at another show on Saturday, an
Yeah,
early matinee
RCW.
show. So anyone who's going to RCW, please be aware that the showtime has changed because we are going to be compensating for a potential playoff game
Mm.
on Saturday. So I believe the show is starting at 3 p.m. Doors open at 2,
Yeah, something like that. And I don't get off
right?
work till 1, so we're not going to get there till like 2:30 because I don't get off work till 1.
Well, I'm pretty sure I saw 3 p.m. start time
Yeah,
on
I
the poster.
think that's what Soy told us.
Yeah. So yeah.
Yeah,
Rockadadar. We'll be there.
sounds good to me.
We better be. We can't miss the opening match because goddamn.
Oh no, I'll be well. We'll be there before opener. That'll be for sure. And lots of great stuff. And we've heard some rumors about that show. So go
Yeah, let's
get our
talk
ticket.
about the top talent show that we're gonna be watching or that we already watched though.
Yeah.
Go, let's go,
So
let's go.
before we do that, I want to thank each and every one of you for supporting us, whether you're on Sunday's main event. Thank you so much for listening. We won't be listening to this in audio form, but thank you so much for listening to all our other stuff over there. Sunday'sMainEvent.com, Patreon.com/SNME Radio, and over at Shop Tees. You can support them buying their merch. But I want to thank everybody watching here on the YouTubes, whether it's Andre Melball's Talk, whether it's Backbreaker Video. Thank you so much for joining us here. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, comment down below. Don't forget to share us out to your friends, family, and crazy other wrestling fans that you might know in this world that might want to watch us talk about professional wrestling. So share us out to them. Don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Ding dong.
What a rush.
Bruh.
Didn't expect LOD there, did you? Did you?
No. Why? Give me
We're going to get into it.
predictability.
We're talking about the opposite of LOD. We've got a show featuring Microman. He is literally the opposite of LOD. And Su Yung.
Yes.
It is
And your broski.
and the broski, Jimmy Lloyd. So Top Talent Wrestling second anniversary show this past Friday, June 7th at the Midway Music Hall. I'm
Mhm,
so happy to be at the show. It was a great show,
mhm.
and it was
Yeah.
ran within its 3 hours. It was good. I enjoyed it. I had a
Mhm,
great time with it. Nothing felt crazy long to me on this event, which was nice to see.
mhm. I liked the setup. What I really like about Top Talent is that they do seem to actually take any feedback
Hmm.
that is given to them about the show, particularly the quality of watching it, and improve upon it. So, like
Hmm.
before the ring was in lowered, like below where you as a fan would be watching, it was actually a lot more difficult to see. Now
Hmm.
they've actually put that scaffolding there to raise it. Now VIP and that seated area are kind of separate. I found that that actually made the seated area a lot less congested,
Hmm.
felt a lot more relaxed. There was also the sponsorship area, which also kind of like cleared up the standing room. It felt organized, like
Hmm.
super organized and super comfortable. I agree.
Yeah, I really liked that. Where was
Mhm.
the sponsorship area?
It was that elevated area on the far side. Remember
In the
where
VIP
the
section?
benches? The VIP section is on the stage.
Oh, off to the side there.
Yeah, yeah. Because you
Oh,
saw
I
there were
didn't
little sheets of paper, that was a sponsorship area.
didn't realize that. Also, that must have been where Basim was this show. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
interesting.
that's where Lisa was, yeah,
Okay,
until she came out
okay.
with Before the Maid.
Ah, there you go.
Mhm.
So we're gonna get into this show. It kicked off with our favorite,
Yeah.
Kody SOI Garcia taking on Kid Chocolate Mo Jabari. Code of honor. They shook hands to start. I always like it when they got some respect going on. Cody with this
Mm,
beautiful springboard backflip to get out of the arm ringer just looks so good. So
mhm,
athletic. Mo catches Cody, places him on the top rope, and he hits a lariat, sending him out to the floor. Get back in the ring. Mo with some solid leg drops in the ring, but guess this is lazy covering, so he has no problem kicking out at 2.
mm.
Um, yeah, vintage Randy Orton snap power slam by Mo, and I got that because the guy behind me said vintage Randy Orton when Mo hit that snap power slam. There was this dude with his kid sitting right behind me.
Yes, I know, I
Man,
crawled over them when I was leaving.
he had great one-liners all night long. He was so entertaining to listen
Oh,
to, dude. He's such a chill dude. Me and Adam were chatting with him throughout. He was such a nice guy. Oh, I like that guy.
aw.
I hope he sits
Oh my
behind us
god, we
again.
yeah, and we sit up next to Carly. Because could you imagine?
There you go.
The commentary that would come out of there would be glorious.
That'd be great. Yeah. Mo puts Cody up top. They fight. Somebody knocks him down. Then, as he's coming back up, he kicks him away, and then he hits this beautiful, phenomenal forearm off the top. He gets the 10 punches
Mhm,
in the other corner. Mo reverses a springboard, gets him up onto the shoulders, but Cody then reverses and hits this beautiful Hurricane Rana. Cody goes to the top, but Mo stops the dive, turns it into the sharpshooter, and Cody taps out.
mhm.
Yeah.
I'm going based on memory because I was just enjoying my Whopper at this point. It was I I didn't confirm with Andreas, I didn't really care, because I don't usually get food at the venue, but there was, like, no food at the venue, and for whatever
Mhm.
reason, that was a big deal. So,
Well,
um
I was over there at the same time. Usually we have Flatburger there, but they did something wasn't wrong, and they were going to order pizza in from Pizza 73. But last time they did that, they were charging $5 per slice for Pizza 73 pizza, and hell no, I ain't paying that. So Andreas ordered Burger King for to skip through Uber Eats.
thanks for hijacking the story on that one. Yeah. So, yeah, again, I didn't really care because I don't usually get food, but Andreas offered a Whopper. So I got a Whopper. I was enjoying my food at this time. There's some pretty funny banter happening actually with Nathan and Mo, where like Mo something happened and Nathan was like, "That looked lazy," and Mo's like, "Your mom is lazy," and Nathan was like, "My mom is dead."
Oh, that was
I,
so good.
even I turned around. I was like, "Bruh,
It's
Nathan,
it's a
come
perfectly
on
logical.
now."
It's a perfectly
Um,
logical response to him calling out his mother. He has the right to come back with
the
that.
crowd. You killed the crowd with that statement. A hush. A hush fell over the crowd. Let us
And
have.
that's what Mo
So
deserves for
anyway,
that.
come on now. Like, I mean, Mo should have known better than to wear a Calgary Stampeder jersey here. He's gonna have to work a little harder to get the crowd over, but the crowd is solidly behind Soy Boy, solidly behind Kody in Edmonton. It's a little frustrating that he's been in a losing effort in Top Talent, considering how popular he very much is.
Mm,
Um, this was a really good match for Mo. Remember when he first came in here, his first match there against TY was only okay. They just couldn't find that chemistry. But then that next match with Tommy
mm-hmm,
was so good. This next match with Kody, so good. I'm enjoying what
mm.
I'm seeing. I will not mind seeing him back here more. But in regards to Soy, hmm, I'm interested to see where it goes because we have seen how he's been kind of acting in the RCW kind of shows a little differently. Maybe we're gonna see him kind of start snippety snapping here. Maybe we'll start to see a little bit more aggression coming out of Kody in the coming months.
Let's hope so. Because again, I
Mhm.
think he needs something. And even Mo after the match doing the 3-0 thing, like he's 3-0, and he's like, like a dick.
We're always doing the make it ready.
Uh,
Good
we
times,
move
good
on.
times.
We move on to the first of two women's matches on this show. We've got
Mhm.
Quinn Hawksley versus Rylie Rose with her new manager or puppet master, Peyton Pryce.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
if anybody remembers the show from last month, Peyton Pryce did miss Rylie towards the end of their 4-way match. And if you
Mhm.
know anything from Jack O'Connor, her mist has properties that control people. And Jack O'Connor was under her control for a while. Ryland Rose now under Peyton Price's control, and there's also a
Mhm.
marionette involved too. So
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, so Peyton, kind of the bad guy here. Rylie attacking Quinn early, just viciously beating on her.
Mhm.
Yeah, Quinn gets whipped into the corner, becomes bouncing back out, hitting this hard lariat, but Rylie right back on her, just laying out like just hard shots. Rylie with a
Mhm.
hard thrust kick to the face of Quinn while she's like crawling. She gets a 2.
Mhm.
Riley hits a huge backstabber out of the ropes and gets 2. Quinn fights back, hits strikes and lariats, hits a beautiful MX, but she only gets 2 there. Headbutt by Riley to stop the German. Like she like swung her head to like her back of her head into the front of Quinn, just rocking her. Um,
Yeah. I
but
was
then
worried about her nose after that.
Quinn right back and gets a German to
Mhm.
Riley, a release German there. Riley fights
Mhm.
off a pile driver, hits the Death Valley driver, then follows it up, Blade Runner, and she gets the win.
Mhm.
Following the match, Peyton did come into the ring. She gave the marionette to Riley, and she was just sitting there, just staring at this marionette while Peyton put the glove on, hits a choke slam to Quinn.
Mhm.
Yeah, and just Riley's just transfixed with that marionette.
Mhm. Very similar to how, recently we saw TY a little transfixed when he had that Eli Surge hit he had on.
I
So
must
yeah,
already be insane because when I put the hat on, it didn't really change much for me. I guess I'm already in tune with all the right airwaves.
I'm gonna be nice and I'm just gonna so if you follow Top Talent or Peyton Price on Instagram, then you would know that there is an amazing, what are we going to call it? A vignette,
Video,
um,
whatever you want to call it. It was dope.
video package of some sort put out to explain the situation with Riley Rose and Peyton Price. To which I say, thank you. It's about fizzy yucking time.
Mm,
Thank you, because this helped so much. I knew what had happened, but because the show was a month ago, I had admittedly forgot. This helped remind me, oh yeah, a thingamajiggy happened. That was a thing and it happened. And there was another video montage that we'll talk about when that match comes up also. Top Talent's starting to put out more stuff to
Mhm.
explain their matches. I'm so
Mhm.
happy. I'm so excited. I'm so thankful because again, like I would have been real lost with the marionette and why
Me too.
Rylie was looking like Peyton. This explained the marionette. It explained the clown makeup. It explained everything. So thank you. Thank you, ladies. Um, match wise, I really, really like this. Also got a shout out Rylie for the purple gear. Love it. My favorite color.
During Melball
But
month.
then, yeah, yay. I love the subtle lipstick smile clown thing with the
Mhm.
little green drippity drips. It was a nice touch, and again, explains and backs up the story that was put out there. Quinn fought so hard against these girls because it
Mhm.
was pretty much like it was Rylie throughout the match, but at the end, the numbers game became an issue. And unfortunately, Quinn was kind of left out there alone to deal with Peyton and Rylie, and yes, really Peyton afterwards. Um, Kudos to Quinn for putting up a hell of a fight. I mean, and then that shot to the nose, like that, I was a little concerned about that afterwards. That looked like something that could definitely break your nose. And that's not fun to kind of try to finish a match with.
Mhm.
Yeah, this was a really, really fun match. Nice little fun story. I'm excited to see where it goes.
Me too.
And then if there's any still connection to Rayden or if he's just kind of lumbering out on his own. I guess we'll see
Yeah.
next time.
Yeah. Speaking of Rayden, the
Mhm.
next match was Bobby Sharp versus Rayden the Destroyer.
Mhm.
Rayden using his side advantage early, but Bobby fights back, gets a spinning elbow off the second. Bobby sends him to the floor, hits a tope suicida. Rayden stops another tope suicida and grabs him by the throat, chokeslams him on the apron, then runs him into the post. Rayden then catches Bobby diving in the ring. He slams him. He gets a huge spine buster for two. Rayden gets this choke, but Bobby fights out. Rayden comes back though with a power slam for two. He goes for another power slam, but Bobby slips out, hits a German for two. Bobby gets a bulldog at one point, follows it up with a Michinoku driver or a Zach driver if you're nasty for a two. Rayden takes Bobby. Bobby goes to the top, but Rayden takes Bobby off the top into this beautiful military press slam. Then he picks him up, hits a falling power bomb, but Bobby kicks out at 2.9. Rayden goes to the chokeslam, but Bobby turns it into a DDT. Goes to the top, frog splash off the top for the win. The Lion Warrior is victorious.
Mhm. Very emotional match.
Mm.
Very emotional match. Very fun match though. Holy heck, did Bobby come in here like a spitfire and he left like one too. Like Rayden did really good in this one though. I was actually pleasantly surprised because I do kind of I don't hate on Rayden. I just don't find the style that he typically wrestles to be something that I usually enjoy. Because he does kind of have a very, I would say, traditional 80s style big guy kind of vibe. Does that make sense, Andre?
Yeah,
He kind of has that lumbering big guy kind of thing. And Bob is more of a, well, he's got all over the place. He integrates a lot of things into his repertoire
mm.
and was able to make Rain look so, so good in this one. Yeah, very, very fun match. I don't have anything else that's really kind of standing out to me. I just had a lot of fun with this match.
And I truly believe Raiden is evolving too, because we spoke about him last month and the fact that
Mhm.
we were really enjoying how he moved a little differently last month. I mean, in there with Andy and Dalton. So I part of it is yes, his opponents make him look amazing, but I think he is
Mhm.
really starting to evolve as a big guy. He is starting to
Mhm.
evolve himself in his style and everything too.
Mhm. Mhm. Good.
Yeah,
Good, good, good. Again, I'm
yeah,
curious to see if he's still affiliated with Peyton or
yeah.
not, because I felt that did help both of them. But maybe now with Rylie, she doesn't kinda maybe she only has the ability to have one under control. I don't know. I guess we'll see. we will see in the next video, I guess.
We will see. We move on. It's it's gonna take me a little bit on this one for what we're gonna talk about right off the hop. It's the original Aboriginal Big Jesse Youngblood taking on the Canadian legend El Lobo Andy Anderson. Andy gets a mic, calls us all mouth breathing Neanderthals. He then says
I can't help my allergies, Andy.
Yeah, I breathe through my nose. I don't know what he's talking about. Andy doesn't want to have this match. They've never faced off 1-1. He doesn't want to start tonight. A real man can admit when he failed. He calls Bobby Sharp selfish. Says Bobby wanted the rub from bringing Andy into Top Talent, but he recognized it and he attacked him. And he said he wanted to rid the cancer from the body of Top Talent, which is Bobby Sharp. He says that he put him through a ladder, but you were there to save him, Jesse. What has he done for you? Bobby wants the title. What about Jesse? Bobby sacrificed his wife, putting her in between us. I would never hit a woman who didn't deserve it, is what he said. Last month, you were in a scramble. You hit a moonsault, but Bobby broke up the pin. What about Jesse? Andy says he dropped the ball. Jesse, you need to take out the cancer that is Bobby Sharp. We don't have to have this match. Let's go to the back. Let's discuss and figure out how to get rid of Bobby from Top Talent Wrestling. Are you with me? And Jesse's thinking about it, and says, I think you should go to hell. And Andy's very disappointed with this. And then hits Jesse with the mic. They end up going to the floor. They brawl around the floor for a good bit, too. Andy running him into the post, chokes him with his graying and slaying shirt. They have a chop battle on the floor. Andy tosses ice from somebody's cup into Jesse's face. It's pretty funny. They get back in. Andy's beating up Jesse in the ring. They do that dual running crossbody spot. Both men go down. Jesse fights up. He starts beating on Andy. He gets a sidewalk slam for 2. Andy stops the spear. It turns it in and hits the Jeff Jarrett stroke, but can only get 2, which is instead of the Russian leg sweep going backwards, you take it forwards.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a Jeff Jarrett stroke.
Didn't know that's what that was called.
Yeah, so Andy follows it up with a pedigree, but Jesse kicks out of that last possible millisecond. Jesse ends up fighting back. He gets a splash in the corner. He tries the Jesse driver, but Andy slips out. But Jesse follows up, hits the spear, and Jesse Youngblood pins Andy Anderson for the win.
This was fun. I actually, sometimes I feel long, but I always enjoy the promos that Andy does because man, oh man, is he detailed with the promos and the things that he says. It's always so methodical and he knows exactly what to say to piss the ever-loving hell out of the crowd. He knows how to turn the crowd on him and how to champion someone else. And the crowd is already pretty solidly behind Jesse. And so it really did help start off this match. In ring, though, I mean, Andy is always so solid. So solid. We always got to shout out Jesse's facials. Got some of the best facial expressions in this business. But man, oh man, was this a heavy-hitting match? I really enjoyed this one. This was just one of those, I think I've been saying this a lot, just a constant build up for these shows with each match. I've been really enjoying it.
Yeah. Sorry.
Let's go into the next one, sir.
So from an excellently heel match. Again, the guy who's the best heel in professional wrestling, in my opinion, Andy Anderson.
The heeliest heel that's ever healed in the history of healing.
We move on to the chaotic and chaos and just pandemonium.
Oh, yes.
That is the anniversary ladder match. Holy crap.
Glorious, glorious chaos.
Yeah, just pure chaos here. It's Harlon Abbot versus Ava Lawless versus Christian Starr versus Microman versus the Broski, Jimmy Lloyd versus Weston King with Gussy Jones. So this match starts out. So this match started out with Harlon just booting Microman across the ring, just full on kicked
Yeah.
him, and he just goes, "Wee!" He is so tiny. My God, he's so tiny.
It's the sound effect for me, bruh.
Yeah. Wee!
Jesus.
Uh,
Oh,
Starr.
man.
I'm gonna be jumping from spot to spot. Starr hits a beautiful destroyer
Mhm,
off the ladder to Jimmy. Like he jumps off the
mhm,
ladder onto Jimmy and hits him with a destroyer. Like this is where
mhm,
like it
mhm.
was Weston and Harlan were holding the ladder between them. And he hopped up onto it, then hopped off to hit the destroyer to Jimmy. It was great.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, there's a ladder set up. Ava had gone up the ladder, and Starr comes through the ladder, through the ropes, to hit a low pay to the rest of the group on the floor. Then Ava
Mhm.
dives off the ladder onto everybody on the floor. No, from what I could tell, nobody fell in the hole during this match. In the hole,
No. Uh,
no.
um, I think Ava almost did,
When
but
she
if
got
I'm
dove in front of us, yeah,
yeah, yeah, but I saw her get her hand up on the railing,
yeah,
and I also saw a hand come up and grab her. I'm pretty certain it was Harlan
could
grabbed
be.
her and kept her from going in there. But
Yeah,
yeah,
nobody wants.
no one, as far as I know, no one fell in the hole.
Yeah, well, later in the show, some people fell in a hole, but we'll talk about that.
I
You
didn't
weren't
see
there
it.
for that. Um,
Oh, I
Harlan
know what you're
does
talking about. Yeah.
Harlan does the Shelton Benjamin run up the ladder that's leaning on the ropes and dive onto
Mhm.
everybody on the floor. It looks so good. Microman
Mhm.
headbutts Jimmy Lloyd in the balls and gets his micro ladder and does the spinning thing, hits Jimmy in the
Taken out
balls.
of the
It's like
room's
and then
knees.
and just taking out everybody's knees. It was great.
Yeah.
Oh,
Poor
so good.
Starr, he took it to the knees and ended up in a somersault. Poor kid.
Yeah. Uh Microman gets the world's microest Rana to Harlan, then I'm not even calling it 619. He hits the 309.5, which is half a 619
Jesus.
to Jimmy Lloyd. He dives off the top of his micro ladder, which is like a 3-foot step ladder, onto Jimmy. And then he gets on his ladder trying to reach for the title, and he's so far below. And this is where Weston just boots him off the ladder. I'm just like, oh,
Yeah.
Jesus. Uh,
Think of the children.
Starr hits a
Mhm.
swanton later in the match. He's a swanton off the top of a ladder to Ava in the ring.
Mhm.
Um, Harlan gets Starr into a tree of woe on the ladder, hits the stomp from the top of the ladder down, stomping him, then goes to the opposite corner of the ring and jumps all the way across, hitting a tree of woe drop kick to him on the ladder. Just, oh my God.
I think that's where the welt started on
Yep.
his lower back. Poor
Oh
guy.
yeah, he had like 2
Goddamn.
or 3 welts there. I didn't actually get. It's one of the
Mhm.
few shows I didn't get to see him after the Top Talent show, which was probably maybe he's still dealing with his back. Might have been. Yeah. King pulls Harlan off a ladder and then buckle bombs him into a ladder in the corner. Just look vicious.
Yeah.
Starr hits just like drop kick to Microman. Just
Yeah.
oh my God! I was like, why are you torturing this little guy? Uh,
Yeah. God dang, these guys didn't pull shit.
Yeah, Harlan goes for a choke slam off the ladder to Starr, but Starr reversed it into a Spanish fly off the ladder.
Oh god,
Just looked
yeah.
insane. Jimmy hits a Rough Rider off the ladder to Ava in the ring. King then hits a Death Valley driver to Jimmy into the ladder in the corner. Just,
Mhm.
just insanity. Starr ends up curb stomping Harlan onto a ladder.
Mhm.
Uh, Harlan superplexes Starr off the top of the ladder at one point too. This match was
Was that when
insanity.
Harlan stood right back up and fell into another ladder?
He might have. I don't
I
remember. I
think
just
the
remember
impact from that bounced him to his feet and he ended up falling in that on that ladder that was leaned up in the corner.
he might have. I don't quite remember. Remember the superplex. Um, Gussy ends up hitting Microman with the crutch, and then King slams it because Microman's like climbing the ladder, and he gets to like 5 feet up, and he starts like jumping, trying to go for the title. It was hilarious. And this is where
Yeah.
Gussy hits him with a crutch, and then King just slams him off the ladder. This
Yeah.
is where Gussy starts climbing to go grab the case for Weston King. But Harlan comes
Mhm.
up after him. He has the crutch and just smokes Gussy with the crutch. Right, and I talked to Gussy after the show. He had a giant bump on the top of his head. Yeah.
Oh, that's not
Yeah.
nice. Well, I
Yeah.
guess gotta do what you
So
gotta do.
Harlan's climbing. Starr comes up. Harlan gets Starr onto his shoulders. He's going to do a move off the top through a ladder, and I've got a picture set up here. How the ladder's set up there. It's like they're on the ladder. There's a ladder, but then King gets on the ladder beside them, grabs Harlan by the throat, and shoves him off like chokeslam style. And and Harlan and Starr go crashing through that ladder that's set up across from the ladder, between the ladder and the corner. Oh my!
Glorious chaos.
Oh my god! And then our boy Weston King climbs to the top. He got the briefcase. There's a glory shot of him back on the mat, holding this title shot high in the air. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Makes me happy. Makes me happy. Nice blue gear on Weston tonight too.
Yeah, brand new gear.
I don't know if it's brand new, but it's blue. So I like it. I like the color.
Seen it before. I didn't see it before, so
I might not have been paying attention. I don't know. It looks great though. What else did I notice in this match? I don't think I have anything to add. I kind of jumped in where I could. I feel like this might have been the first time in the match or in this night where I noticed I didn't like the Tree of Woe stuff. Because, you know me and my realism, though. I think you're cringing at something completely different.
Well, I'm cringing at the spot, but I understand it took a lot to set up.
Yeah, and the thing that I was gonna say is that what I love about like someone like TJP is he'll set somebody up in the Tree of Woe and just have them lay there, like hang there until he's ready for them. And then he does the gut slap to make them go and crunch up and then he performs that move. I'd like to see people start integrating that a little bit more here. It's a subtle touch that for me adds to the realism. Because when someone's sitting there holding the ropes or holding something and they're holding themselves in that position, it looks silly if they're there for more than 3 or 4 seconds. Hell, it even looks silly if they're more there, like hanging there for more than 2 seconds, because no one would actually just physically sit there and wait. It's like gathering under for a dive. It's a little obvious. So maybe that's something that I'd like to see kind of integrated a little bit more. Otherwise, goddamn, I hope Christian Starr's back is okay. I believe I'm not mistaken. I believe he wrestled the next day. I could be mistaken about that. There was a show, I believe, in Wabaman involving these guys.
There was
I'm not
a show in
entirely.
Calgary.
No.
RCW show in Calgary that had Su Yung and Microman on it.
That doesn't mean Christian Starr was there.
Okay, I'm just saying I know there was a show in Calgary.
Because I know Son of Irish wasn't there, and I know Kat Von Heez was not there. So, yeah. I don't know entirely. I didn't see a whole lot advertised about it. So, and I honestly haven't been paying too much attention because I was busy doing stuff yesterday. So, yeah, but this match was so good. This was a glorious chaos, but again, it was one of those things where everybody was where they needed to be based on what had happened. There was one point where I noticed Ava was on the outside, definitely favoring her ankle a little bit. Hopefully she's okay there. I didn't see her involved too much. She did get back in there and do a little bit more before the end of the match. So I'm hoping that she's doing okay and that's not too serious of an injury for her. She is holding a prominent title there in RCW. Got to shout out the King winning this match. We knew this was going to happen, or at least I knew it was going to happen. The pop for the broski was really fun. Some people knew who he was. I did not know. Nathan, very surprised when the music hit, and he was like, "Oh my God, we're getting Zack Ryder!" No, we are not, sir. No, we are not.
Well, yeah, it is Matt Cardona's old Zack Ryder music from the WWE is what that is.
And apparently his pants as well.
Yeah, and he was wearing the one long leg, one is no leg pants. Yeah.
We almost had to send him on a side quest because he didn't notice that until a little bit later in the match, and I was like,
Who,
"Dude,
Andreas?
no,
Oh,
I
Nathan.
think it was Nathan." I was like, "Oh, we're gonna
Well,
have to
me
send Nathan on a side quest soon."
when Jimmy got in the ring, both me and Adam went, "Oh my god, he's wearing the Zack Ryder pants." So me and Adam were saying to each other.
This was fun. This was, and what I've said this a lot about, especially RCW and now LPW. Now we're going to say about Top Talent. These kind of matches that end up being pretty hardcore are actually being done in such a way that are actually very tasteful. They're not grotesque. There's not, a lot of blood or blading happening like in AEW. There was injury, obviously. I mean, we saw Christian Starr's back, but these matches were done in such a way that didn't require a lot of grotesque stuff to happen. And I loved it because it turned into such a great and entertaining match. I think I spent a lot of this time just laughing and enjoying myself in this match. I remember distinctly enjoying this a lot. I think Kat took a lot of videos, and that was what you could hear the most in the background was just me giggling. I had a great time with this one.
Yeah. Yeah, had such a blast watching this match. I thought it was really, really good.
I agree.
So we move on. King of the Triple Threats match, and this is like it sucks that this had to follow because again, no matter what followed, without an intermission here, kind of was like, like we had hit so many highs that it took me a little bit to get back into this. But we have Eli Surge versus Dalton Rogue versus Mentallo. It took me a couple minutes to get into the match. You know what I mean?
I just kept riding the high.
Yeah. Uh, Eli came out to the floor while everybody was doing the entrance, and I just started chanting Eli while he was
Yeah,
just standing on the outside, and he gave me one of his tinfoil hats.
he
Again,
did, yeah.
didn't do anything. So obviously, I'm already on the right wavelengths that Eli wants me to be on, even without the hat. So, yeah.
I am determined to be nice today, keep my karma in check. So I'm just going to say, sure, sure,
You
sure.
don't have to be nice. I never asked you to.
I'm always nice.
Mentallo assists Dalton with hitting this beautiful pendulum DDT to Eli. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
helps send him up, and he comes down, and his pendulum looked really good.
Mhm,
Mentallo with a rear naked choke to Dalton Rogwell. He has Eli tied up with the Muda lock leg lock. Look, I was like,
very
yeah,
cool.
let's go. I thought he was gonna go for a Muda lock or an Immortal, but he ended up getting a rear naked choke on Rogue.
Mhm,
I really liked it. Rogue has both Eli and Mentallo down the ring. He double stomps both of them in the chest, like hits one, hits the other, then both like roll
mhm,
over. There he hits double stomps into both of their backs, just being just vicious,
mhm,
man. Um,
mhm,
he gets Rogue gets a dragon sleeper to Eli in the ropes, but Mentallo has to come in and kick him to break it up because again, there's no count because it's a triple threat. There's no disqualification,
mhm,
so um, Dalton has this beautiful lariat, like going in between the middle and the bottom rope to Mentallo through the ropes. It looked really good.
mhm,
Um, in the ring at one point, Eli hits his beautiful crossbody off the top to Rogue, but Mentallo ends up breaking up the pin. Huge pile driver by Mentallo to Eli Surge. Looked like he killed him. Mentallo gets haluva kick to Eli gets a haluva kick to Mentallo in one corner. Mentallo gets a haluva kick to Rogue in the corner, then another. He puts Rogue up top. He goes up for the suplex, but then Eli comes in, gets him in the electric chair, and hits him with the electric chair drop. Then Dalton goes for the dive onto Mentallo, but he misses. Or I think he was going for a stomp off the top. And Eli gets this slingshot spear through the ropes to Rogue, but only gets two. Eli picks up Mentallo and he just drives him down face first in this flatliner. Look, vicious as hell. Dalton then
mhm.
rolls in. He gets Eli up, hits him with the go to hell, or the inverted go to hell, which is off the shoulder and then the knee to the back of the head, or
Oh,
whatever it is.
yeah.
Yeah,
Oof.
but he hits him like he's got him in a Death Valley driver. Then he swings him out, but he knees him in the back of the head like to go to hell. But the go to hell is from the torture rack position. But his is from the Death
Isn't
Valley.
it
So he,
very similar to David Finley's finish, isn't it? with the knee?
his is a suplex into a drop into the knee, which is the
Oh,
overkill.
okay.
His is from
Right,
the.
right, right.
This is reminiscent of Sammy Guevara's finisher. I know you're not an AEW person, but Sammy Guevara has him in the torture rack and then flips him out and knees him in the face, where he does it in the Death Valley driver position, swings him out and knees him in the back of the head. Yeah,
Ah,
and then he hit the stomp off the top and got the win. Again, incredible 3-way match here.
mm-hmm. So I think this is my second time seeing Mentallo, because I think the first time was in that CWE show. Can't remember who he was against. But very entertaining wrestler, especially to see him in a match like this where he would have the ability to have a little bit of downtime while the two other guys were kind of doing their thing. I love Eli Surge. I've been seeing him now, top talent, LPW, endlessly entertaining. Birds aren't real thing is just hysterical. Did you see that he gave the cape to Nathan behind us? And it was so funny
Yeah,
because
I
Nathan
didn't.
put it on,
Yeah.
and then every time he moved, all you could hear was just crinkling, crinkling, crinkling. So we made him take it off. Well, he
I
took it off at some
I
point
didn't
because
realize he had it until I had my hat on. He's like, dude, and I turn around, he's wearing the jacket. And we're like, yeah, we fist bumped.
yeah, every time he moved, it was just like crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. And we're like, it was hilarious. Something I wanted to mention about Dalton, the double stomps are not always my favorite thing. That's actually my least favorite thing that Finn Balor does, and Finn Balor's like one of my favorite wrestlers. What I'm finding interesting though with Dalton is that he almost plays it like Drilla, where Drilla Maloney can just pull that double stomp out of nowhere. It's very similar to his little RKO, but he only has it with that specific thing that he does. Like, doesn't he do that kind of suplexy thing, gets them onto the body slam or something, and then follows up with the double stomp? What I like about Dalton is he's starting to feed it to people kind of out of nowhere and from a variety of different points, which makes it very, very hard to kind of scout and plan for.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of making the move grow on me a little bit because I can respect it and appreciate it a lot more with that kind of variety. Um, I like how also he has a very similar character across all the companies that we're seeing him at. I know I don't personally like it when you have one person be a face in one company and a heel in another. It feels inconsistent. Whereas with Dalton, he does kind of play that kind of cocky, arrogant guy in both RCW and Top Talent, but it's in a neutral way. It doesn't feel heelish, but it doesn't feel facey either. It kind of feels like Tetsuya Naito, very like
Mm-hmm.
on the line, and he'll deviate depending on what the situation kind of calls for. I
Yeah,
appreciate seeing that. I also appreciate that we got to hear Rogue Time. Love
yeah,
that song.
it's a great
Love it.
song.
Yes. Great match.
We move on. Semi-main event of the evening. It is Kat Von Heez versus TNA Superstar Su Yung. A great test of strength early on. Kat dominating, gets her in. He hits the three amigos for a 2 count.
Mm,
Sue gets Kat to the outside at one point, hits a cannonball off the apron. She's beating up Kat on the floor. They fight to the stage, but Kat hits a suplex on the stage. Um,
mhm.
Back in the ring a little bit later, Kat hits a green killer in the ring. Love that. Love it. The Hangman's DDT out of the ropes, whatever you want to call it. Um,
Mhm.
a little bit later, Sue puts Kat in the tree of woe. She grabs her by the hair, pulling her up, and she's like kicking her
Mhm.
in the back of the neck and the upper back. And then
Yeah.
she drops her, then steps on the, as I'm going to put it, downstairs of Kat Von Heez. Very much who used to do that? Chase Elwood. Who did that?
ELP.
ELP.
ELP and Ishimori. It was a
ELP when ELP
tag team.
when ELP used to do the O Canada, she did that. Or you remember this is the Petey Williams way back in the day. He would do that too, and sing
There
O
you
Canada
go.
just like ELP. And then she hits a neck breaker out of the corner for 2. Uh, so Kat has Sue on her back, and Sue like walks up the corner to flip out. It was
Mhm.
really cool. Or she yeah, or
Yeah.
No, she had her in a choke, and she like walked backwards up the rope and flipped forward, and then she hits this
Mhm.
Rana into the corner for 2, and it got a 2 count. It was great. Later in the match, Kat hits a power bomb for 2. Sue comes back, hits this beautiful sit out spine buster for 2. Sue has her glove on at this point for her claw move. She gets the claw from the top, slam, and starts slamming Kat Von Heez into the turnbuckle, but Kat ends up like hitting her with a knee and gets her with the Stratus Rana. Kat applies the sharpshooter, bridges back and grabs the head. This is where Su Yung, the claw comes up. She starts getting the mandible claw in on Kat Von Heez, and Kat has to actually let the submission go to get out. Kat ends up dodging an attack from Su Yung. She gets her up, pinche loco, and Kat Von Heez gets the win.
Thought I recognized that. Oh, this was so great. This was my main because I left for the main, but like this was so freaking good. You said that it took you a while for the triple threats to kind of get back into it. Man, I just rode this high right until the end of this show. I was having so much fun. And like for me, well, I did see a little bit of the main. I saw the important part of the main, but this was so freaking good. What a consistent back and forth freaking power match. I freaking loved this. Loved this. I love Kat Von Heez. This was one of the most exciting matches I think I've seen her do in a little bit. Like, and she's had some really great matches here against Quinn, against Rylie, against Peyton, but man, oh man, this match was fucking phenomenal. I loved this match.
Was it last weekend? Her and Dean had a hell of a match at
Oh
RCW.
yeah,
Kat's
yeah,
just
that
always
was my
putting on good
birthday.
matches, man. Like,
Yes. And she
yeah.
had her hair freshly colored.
Mm-hmm.
So she had more green and purple in it. She looked so good. So
Mm-hmm.
good. Ugh, what a great match. I
Oh,
loved
phenomenal.
this match.
This is I was super excited to see Su Yung, and she did not
Mhm.
disappoint. Su Yung is incredible in the ring,
Oh
and
yeah,
just so
so
good,
good.
so
Yeah,
good.
this was great. This was great.
Oh, this she put her in a submission at one point. I didn't know how to call it, so I had to like get a pic. I got a picture of it. She has like a half body lock, but then one leg's around an arm, while the other one, well, she's trying to arm bar the other arm. It was just a great looking, cool submission. But Kat did fight out of
Then you
that
got
one.
Rosa in there. Love
And
Rosa.
Rosa's on there. Yeah, dude, it was. I was just like, that's a really cool submission.
It is. Looks very
Yeah,
effective.
yeah. Didn't win the match for her, but it was good. Yeah. So we go on to the main event of the evening. It is Mitch Clark defending the Top Talent Championship versus Gabriel Lestat. Mitch wearing the purple wrist tape from Melba Month. Love of your life is wearing the purple wrist tape.
Was it
Gabriel
purple
cheat.
gear though?
No, he was wearing his like multicolored gear, but he had purple wrist tape. So
That
wrist
works.
tape and around the hand and everything.
Good enough.
Gabe cheap shot Mitch jumping off the top rope to him on the floor while he's right after he tai chis with his pants. Just cheap shotting him there. In the ring, Omen after like attacking Mitch viciously and just unprovoked in every corner, which shouldn't be no closed fists, man. He does get him in the corner and hits combinacion cabron. And he gets the deadlock position and starts throwing the headbutts. Mitch reverses a Death Valley driver into a Tiger Bomb for 2. Mitch gets Gabriel in the ropes, hits him with beats of the Bodran, which the Sheamus move where he has him tied in the ropes and he's like hitting forearms to the chest. And then he turns him in, hits a green killer for 2. Later in the match, Mitch stomps the face of Gabriel when Gabriel pulled an armbar, and he's just stomping at the face to get out of it. And picks him up, hits a German, follows with this beautiful backdrop suplex, but he only gets 2. Mitch reversing a lariat into a nice dragon suplex and gets 2. Later in the match, Gabriel gets a stretch muffler on Mitch, and I legitimately think he was going for numero dos because he's trying to grab the arm of
Mm.
Mitch Clark, so it looked like he was going for numero dos. But Mitch gets to the ropes. The end of the we get to the end towards the end of the match. Ludwig Van Driver is reversed into Destino. but is then reversed into a Ludwig Van driver, but is reversed by Gabe into a roll-up for 2. Then he hits a Falcon Arrow. Mitch hits the Ludwig Van driver, but Gabriel gets a foot on the ropes. Gabriel stops the pile driver and actually hits Destino, but Mitch ends up smartly rolling out of the ring before Gabriel can pin him. And then they start brawling on the floor. Gabriel gets a scoop slam on the stage. And then Mitch, they're fighting. Gabriel's going for a suplex, but Mitch reverses, gets a Bloodwing Van driver off the stage onto the elevated platform around the ring, and they go crashing through it. And the ref calls the match off because he's just like, no, these guys are hurt. No, he ends the match because neither man can get up after, or it took them a while to get up. So the ref calls it off, and then a video pops up on the Tron. This man's face shows back up at Top Talent a couple weeks after being, about a week after being at Love Pro. Effie appears on the Tron. He announces he's back on August 9th, the day before my birthday, to compete in a triple threat match against the man that took his title and the man that took the title from the man that took his title. He's going to face Mitch and Gabriel in a triple threat match for the Top Talent Championship. I'm excited. Effie coming back the day before my birthday. I am down. Let's go, Effie.
Yes. I'm excited for that. Yes. I'm excited for you for that. Yes.
I'm excited. Effie the day before my birthday. Oh, Effie the day before my birthday. I'm so excited.
We're just so lucky this year with our birthdays. I got to meet Royce Isaacs before mine. You get to see Effie again before yours. We're just all winning.
So excited.
Just all winning.
So excited. But yeah, again, I thought top to bottom, great show. Nothing disappointed. Again, that triple threat match was amazing. It just took me a couple minutes to get ramped back up as the match was going, but the match was amazing. Just, you know what I mean? After such a high of a ladder match, I was just like, oh, I need to breathe for a minute.
Well, I enjoyed it. I was high.
Oh, I enjoyed
the whole thing.
Yes, you were.
Oh, fuck off.
Come on.
I had a great time. From start to finish, the show was great. I enjoyed seeing the Spindly Bindley off the stage. That's all I saw. That's all I needed to see.
That was cool.
Got to see some of my friends out in the smoke pit for that show. It was really nice. Really fun. I enjoy it. Yeah. I don't think, I think the next show is in August because they're going to be at K-Days for July.
Yeah, and from past years, they've never ran a show in July because, like, the last couple of years, even the first and the second year, or the last couple of years, they ran in June, then they ran in August. And yeah, last year I missed the August show because I was at a wedding. Yeah, that's the only Top Talent show I've missed. So, and I don't plan to miss many more.
I was gonna say, I think that's the only one I missed too.
It's very possible.
Yeah. Well, that's because these shows are great, especially as I mentioned at the beginning. They really seem to take any kind of suggestion or feedback and apply, which is nice. We're not just told shut up and buy the ticket.
Yeah,
that's nice.
I enjoy that.
Nice.
But we have come to the end of another episode of Chop Talk. We want to thank you so very, very much for joining us here. You can find me on the X at That Canada Guy, TikTok, Instagram, and Threads at That Canada Dude. You can find me on Facebook at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, and right here on our YouTube in the comment section, youtube.com/at Andre Melball Wrestling Talk. You can also find us all Japanese content over at SundayNightsMainEvent.com. So go check them out to hear all of our Japanese wrestling content in audio form over there. You can go to patreon.com/SNME Radio to support them, or choptees.com to buy their merch to support them there. You can also find me we're on Twitch, twitch.tv/our local establishment, where you can find me this Wednesday, because this comes out on Tuesday. So you can find me tomorrow, Wednesday, June the 12th. hanging out with my boy Ol Ed for the Marvel Talk, where we're going to be doing the MCU rebound with our special guest, Lauren Goodnight, talking Captain America and the Winter Soldier, the best Marvel movie that exists. So come hang out with us and watch us over there, twitch.tv/our local establishment and youtube.com/at our local establishment. You can also find us simulcasted over at Backbreaker Video. Mike puts all our stuff up a week later, youtube.com/at Backbreaker Video. He simulcasts all of our stuff, all the stuff from Astro Bizarre. So we thank him very, very much. And if you want to see him live talking either wrestling or gaming, go to twitch.tv/Mike the Ref. Every Wednesday, Saturday, and pay-per-view Sunday, he is doing his AEW watch-alongs. And then every other day of the week, he's gaming on there. If you want to see replays of his gaming content, go to youtube.com/at Backbreaker_gaming, where you can find stuff from him, Mr. PJC, Mr. Rick Jules, that guy right there, and their frequent guest,
Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. Kayla J. We love Kayla J.
Yes, we do. Melball, where can they find you?
Mm-hmm. If you're wanting to follow a Melball, you can find her on the X thing at Collins Melball. You can find her on everything else: Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Mastodon, and Blue Sky, and Melball Collins. You can also find me on our local establishment's programming, Japanese Wrestling Update with this guy, every Friday at 8 p.m. Mountain Time. Unless it's not. And then we will let you know on social media. We are planning on being live this Friday, which has been a rarity lately, but we will hopefully be live at 8 p.m. unless something comes up.
It's going to be tight for me. I'll make it, but it might be a few minutes late because I'm going to be at a thing till 6 o'clock and I got to rush home.
Rusher. You can also find me on Astro Bizarro's YouTube channel, where we do our show, Ladies Wrestling Showcase. We just uploaded an episode last Friday where we were discussing Becky Lynch and her wrestling future. My dog just tried to eat my hand. But yeah, we were discussing Becky Lynch's future, Julia, and a few other things, Mercedes Moné, all that and more. Check out Astro Pizarro's YouTube channel. If you're wanting to watch a Top Talent show, we will leave a link in the description box below. It is toptalentwrestling.com. You can find links to their ticket purchasing there. You can also find the link to their school, where you can check out if you want to become a professional wrestler, a manager, or a referee. Contact them. Again, it's www.toptalentwrestling.com. Andre. Oh, yes, they are also on Triller TV. Yes, I know. Triller. What are you
Triller
doing?
Plus. They're on Triller Plus.
Okay. And how much is Triller Plus?
$7.99 American per month. I think it's $10 Canadian per month. You can see all their content. Everything from GCW is on there, and so many other promotions are on Triller Plus.
There you go. Andre, my trusted friend and colleague, do you have anything else to say to the beautiful people?
Again, I just want to say thank you all so very much for all the support. Thank you for listening to all their Japanese stuff over on Sunday Night's Main Event. You can check them over there at sundaynightsmainevent.com. And if you want to support them, choptees.com. Go over to the Sunday SNME radio page there. I want to thank all y'all for joining us here on the video. We really do appreciate it. Whether it's Andre Melball Wrestling Talk, whether it's Backbreaker Video, thank you so very, very much. We really appreciate it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel. Comment down below, because your comments mean a lot to us. We love hearing from you. We love talking to you about the product, what we talk about. And if you have any opinions on what you think happened at a show or any of these, we want to hear from you. So please comment, because your opinion matters to us. And don't forget to share us out to all your friends, family, and just the wonderful humans that you have around you. Just share us out to everybody. And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you'll be alerted every time we drop a new video.
Hello. And that being said, I am your Melball. Over there is Andre. We will see you next time.